Ladies and gentlemen, this structure is actually under construction. Work goes on every day. And this is about 56 rooms. And this is just one of 100 little hotels or complexes, condominiums, whatever, that will be seen along the route from either ALONA Beach to the city, or from ALONA Beach to the Poblacion vegetable market. And there are dozens, and I literally mean dozens, of building structures like this taking place right now. There's men up there working on the scaffolding in the first section after the tree. Since December, since I moved here into ALONA Beach in March of 2014, the statistics say 14,000 rooms were going to be built by 2020. Now, I would venture to say that there has been 14,000 rooms. I would also say that this lockdown is probably the best thing that could happen to the ALONA Beach and to the island of Panglao and any of the pristine beaches on the island of Panglao. Because as you know, I have a video called Real Men Go Scuba Diving on their 65th birthday. What you don't know is that dive and the shoreline, amigo, mein hapon! The dive and the shoreline on the inside of the reef from where I was diving was one of the most beautiful reefs, not just in the Philippines, but I mean, I've been all over the world diving, and it equaled to some of the reefs in the Bahamas. It surpassed a lot of the reefs in the Florida Keys, and now it's a dead reef because of buildings like this. Now this building goes left and then it goes back on an L shape, another just 2 sections back. But there is no life on the beach where I went scuba diving. Nothing. From the beach to the reef's edge, all the flora and fauna has been decimated by 5 or 6 different factors. One of them being suntan lotion that you slather it on your body, go in the water, and it comes off. It floats on top of the water till dust gets on it, and then it sinks down to the bottom and kills the flora and the fauna. Another one is the gray water coming out of the hotels. There has been up until 2018 zero, and I mean no limitations to how much gray water will go into or out of the septic, not tank, but septic hole in the ground. Let's just call it a septic hole in the ground. They have a tank where the gray water goes into, but if it rains or if there's too much gray water, it simply goes into the overflow, which goes into an overflow pipe, which there are pipes going from the hotels in ALONA Beach straight into the ecosystem. They're hidden, but they're there. Now, they may not be there today because in 2018 they passed regulations, just like Boracay. But I just want you to understand that these hotels and the 14,000 rooms that were estimated to be built by 2020, they probably have built that much and more between here and Tagbilaran City. That was the plan. There are 500, 600, 700 room hotels going up all along the ALONA Beach from the tip of Panglao, which is the west side of Panglao, to the east side of Panglao, which is near Dumaluman Beach. I would say you could easily count 3,000 rooms just from the main road going from the tip of Panglao to Dumalungan Beach, and that includes Blue Water. Blue Water used to be like 12 rooms. Blue Water Resorts, now it's 60 something rooms, and they're building left, right, sideways, and upwards. Next door, there's a 400-room hotel that was just built. 300 yards to the west, there's another 500-yard room hotel, and so on and so forth. So I think, my personal opinion is, all of the hotels have destroyed the reef in ALONA Beach, and I moved here because I like scuba diving. So I personally, although I don't believe a lot of what's going on, I personally believe that the lockdown is a great thing. Not a good thing, a great thing. Because the reefs are dead. The reef is dead. Let's just face it. It would take 10 or 15 years for any kind of life to come back. In 9 months, basically nothing has come back. So I hope they keep the lockdown on for the next 5 years. I hope they keep it on for 10 years. That's why I moved to where I lived in the Philippines. Because when I moved here, on average, one car would go past the front of my house on any given day. And then at the height of tourist season last year, sometimes 300 or 400 cars, trucks, jeepneys, and so on and so forth would come up and down the block. I did not move here so that I could be surrounded by tourists. I moved to this part of the Philippines so I could be alone to some degree and be able to go swimming on the beach with the locals and a few friends that I have here. But I did not move here to share the beach with 7,000 people where there's not enough room on the beach for a blanket. I didn't move here for that. So as much as the economy did pick up, that had nothing to do with me. My economic situation has nothing to do with the economic situation in the Philippines. And personally, I'll say it again, I hope the lockdown lasts for 10 years. Not because of why the lockdown exists, but because the lockdown is going to give the ecosystem of the Philippines the ability to regenerate, possibly. But the construction, the point of this video is the construction has never stopped. And right now I'm going directly to ALONA Beach, and I'll show you some of the bigger hotels that they're building along the beach. And also everybody knows that there's sand castles on the beach in ALONA Beach, where we have a digger. We have a digger in ALONA Beach. I hear he's digging as I make this video, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna go look for the digger. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go look for the sand digger in ALONA Beach. Wherefore art thou, sand digger, in ALONA Beach? Sand digger in ALONA Beach is on the beach digging and making sand castles, baby. Amping Permi from Michael Fazio in the Philippines. Oh my God, I said sand digger. I said the words. No sooner did I say the words, I heard a story about a sand digger. A sand digger, D-I-G-G-E-R, sand digger. Oh my God. Look at this. The sand digger roars his face. That's right, baby, look. Come on over here. Oh, digger, digger, digger. I don't have the digger. I don't have digger 2.0, but as soon as I said sand digger, Mr. Obama, he said, where can I dig some sand? Where can the sand be dug? Mr. Obama, we're going to take you places. We're going to take you to the ALONA beach, and you're going to be able to make a sand castle and then prove to the world that you are the world's #1 sand digger in the Philippines, baby. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Digging and digging and digging. Sand diggers in the Philippines, baby. Look at that, he's #1. I took Mr. Obama diving a few weeks ago. He loves me. He loves me. Humping Permy. Bye-bye, Mr. Obama. Humping. Oh, I can't see the camera. Oh, maybe. Did I shut it off? No. The sand digger, he's interfering with my ability to see. The sun, and sand digging and the sun, humping.